So, what if I told you that your thoughts, the things bouncing around in your head right now, aren't just invisible, fleeting ideas? What if they were actual, tangible forces that literally shape your reality? I know, it sounds pretty out there, but that is the radical premise at the heart of one of the most influential books on success ever written. So let's dive in and really unpack what this means. This right here, this is the main event, the core idea that the entire philosophy is built on. And let's be crystal clear, the book doesn't mean this as a metaphor. It argues, quite literally, that thoughts are a form of substance, a type of energy that you can actually mold and transform into physical things, like money, a new career, you name it. And this powerful, kind of mind-bending idea comes directly from Napoleon Hill's 1937 classic, Think and Grow Rich. So for this explainer, we're going to go straight to the source. We're going to unpack exactly how, according to this philosophy, a simple thought can become a powerful, well, thing. So first question, how is this even possible? Well, to get it, you have to understand the book's view of the universe. It lays out a specific framework where thoughts aren't just mental noise. They are a fundamental building block of everything. According to the book, the entire universe is made of just two basic ingredients. You've got matter, that's the physical world, the stuff you can see and touch. And then you have energy, the invisible force that actually creates all that matter. Now here's the kicker. The philosophy says that your thoughts fall squarely into that second category. They are a form of energy. So just think about what that means for a second. When you hold a strong desire in your mind, you're not just wishing or daydreaming. You are actively working with the very stuff of creation. The book claims the energy that makes up your thoughts is the exact same kind of energy that nature used to form stars and planets. Pretty wild, right? But, of course, there's a catch. It can't be as simple as just thinking about something and having it pop into existence. A fleeting wish has absolutely no power. The book is very, very clear that for a thought to become a real creative force, it has to be mixed with some very specific and very potent ingredients. And here is the secret recipe. First, you need a definite purpose. That means no vague wishes like, I'd like more money. No, it means knowing the exact amount you want down to the last penny. Second, you need persistence. That's the grit, the unwavering will to stick with it no matter what setbacks you face. And third, this one's the real rocket fuel. You need a burning desire, an all-consuming obsession for it. And that brings us to the crucial point, emotion. A thought without feeling is like a car with an empty gas tank. It's just inert. It's not going anywhere. It's the emotion, the feeling, the faith, the passion you attach to that thought that gives it life and turns it into an active, creative force. Okay, so once a thought is charged up with all this emotional energy, the book says it starts to act like a magnet. It begins pulling things from the universe that are in harmony with it. And yep, this is where we get into that famous idea of the law of attraction. The key term here is an emotionalized thought. The philosophy pictures the universe as being filled with what it calls the ether, basically a giant cosmic field of vibrating energy. When you create an emotionalized thought, it's like you're sending out a specific frequency into that field, and it starts attracting other thoughts and energies that are vibrating on that same frequency. And this whole thing creates a powerful feedback loop. Your mind gets magnetized by whatever you're thinking about most intensely. Then, it starts attracting the very people, situations, and opportunities that are a perfect match. That little thought seed you planted begins to grow and multiply until it becomes the huge motivating force that drives everything you do. But hold on, there's one last critical piece to this puzzle. How does this intangible, magnetic thought energy finally make the jump into the physical world? Well, the answer, according to the book, lies deep within the machinery of your own mind. Say hello to your subconscious mind. The book describes it as the bridge between the world of thought and the world of things. It's the chemical laboratory, the workshop, where those supercharged thought blueprints are processed and finally translated into their physical reality. Now, this is maybe the biggest warning in the entire book, so listen close. Your subconscious is totally impartial. It doesn't have an opinion, it doesn't judge. It's like a cosmic 3D printer. It will take a thought driven by fear, doubt, and poverty, and it will work just as hard to make that a reality as it will a thought driven by courage, faith, and wealth. It simply takes whatever blueprint you give it and gets to work. This one sentence really sums up the whole mechanism.
Every single thought you have, whether it's positive or negative, is constantly trying to become real. It's not just a possibility. The book presents it as a fundamental law of your mind, just like gravity is a fundamental law of the physical world.
So when you put all these pieces together, thought as energy, desire as the fuel, the subconscious as the factory, you arrive at the book's ultimate and most powerful conclusion about your role in the universe. This is the foundation of it all. You can't control the stock market. You can't control what other people do. But according to this philosophy, you have been given complete, total, absolute authority over the one thing that actually creates your world, your own thoughts. You've probably heard that famous poem, "I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul." Well, Hill's take is that the poet left out the most important part. The reason you're the master of your fate is because you're the master of your thoughts. If you can control the cause, you control the effect. It's that direct. And so, in the end, this whole philosophy kind of flips the script and turns into a question aimed directly at you. If this is all true, if every thought you hold is trying to become real, and you are the only one who can control which thoughts you hold, then you have to ask yourself, what kind of destiny are you creating right now with the thoughts you're choosing to let run your mind?